Hey, listeners.
It's Amy.
It's Aaron.
It's me, Heath.
It's everything I wanted.
So we got a little something special for you.
We do.
In case we haven't mentioned it, we three first came together on a podcast called Broads and Books.
We sure did.
It was you and me, Aaron.
It was.
And then one day, I was at a happy hour on my porch, and he and he said, "Hey, you know what we should do? I should come on your podcast and talk about Mariah Carey's book." And we're like, "What the fuck? That's genius!"
We were like, why did we not have this idea? How is he this good at this?
And then that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and it was brilliant. So we kept bringing Heath back on,
We did.
which then led to us having this podcast you're listening to right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of our most memorable episodes with Heath was our celebrity cookbook episode.
It defies words. There's just no words to describe it. So really, you just have to listen to it. And that's why we're including this.
It's our holiday gift.
Yeah.
This time of year, you need a little levity.
And also because we occasionally reference it in our conversations, we'll probably bring it up in a future episode. So you need to know.
Yeah.
You need to know. It's in the zeitgeist of Fuzzy
Yeah.
Members. You need to know this episode.
For continuity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throwbacks, if you will.
It's epic in every sense of the word.
It is.
And, you just need to hear it.
Absolutely. So we thought this is the perfect time to release, give you a little something to look forward to enjoy before we get back into our regular Fuzzy Memories programming.
That's right.
So enjoy this hit from Broads and Books.
Hello, and welcome to Broads and Books. I'm Amy.
And I'm Erin, and this is a very special bonus episode, Cooking with the Stars.
I don't think we would have, on our own, come up with this idea.
No.
It really required the participation of someone that we've had before
Yes.
on this show.
It did.
Our resident celebrity expert, Heath.
Hello.
You may remember, longtime listeners, that we used his talents in the celebrity memoir episode to help us fully explore that genre, which ended up talking a lot about Mariah Carey.
As it should.
As it should. We also talked about housewives knowledge and so much more. And we knew we had to bring him back. And I believe it was you, Heath, that thought of talking about celebrity cookbooks. Because this is a thing now.
I mean, everybody's doing it, so we might as well get it in a podcast.
So, Heath, will you tell us what's been happening since we saw you last?
You may have heard of something called the Moderna vaccine. I developed that.
You
and
did?
Gave Dolly Parton credit for paying for it.
That's amazing.
So, I helped end the pandemic, as one does.
Well, thank you. I think, we
welcome.
all owe you a big thank you.
do.
And I somehow managed to squeeze in some time reading celebrity cookbooks.
Oh,
since
did you?
then
Oh,
also.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this something that you're a big fan of now, celebrity cookbooks, would you say?
I find it kind of a fascinating genre because it seems like most occupations, if you're good at like occupation A, you don't write a book about occupation B.
This is a
like
good-
that doesn't
Yes.
qualify you to do
That's
this
a
other
good
thing.
point.
That's a
So
good point. I wonder what actual chefs think of this trend of celebrities turning to cookbooks and if they're annoyed.
Yeah, they have to be, right?
Right.
Because it's mostly garbage.
I wonder if actual chefs are the people that we see on the second line of the author byline. Because each of our cookbooks, I think, has a primary name plus
Mine does not.
Okay. There's got to be a
And when we talk
ghostwriter.
about that,
Yeah.
we'll explain why that's not
Yeah.
surprising.
Oh, okay. Great.
I feel like that book started with the second person, and that person was like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. And this is how
Don't
we
put
got
my name
this.
on this
Yeah.
trash. Yeah. Aaron, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think is your cooking ability? And let me give you a scale because
Okay.
we're all going to answer this.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
So a 1 would be Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards level. Okay. Number 2 would be MTV Movie Awards level. So we're moving up. 3 would be Golden Globes level. 4, Oscars, baby.
It's a 1. It's
Yeah.
a solid 1.
Uh-huh.
And here's why. Because I've
Do you
never
get
developed
slime
it.
poured on you during cooking?
I feel like that happens. I do feel like I have stuff on me when I'm done, and I don't know why. And I primarily cook for children. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Palates have not developed any further than that.
No.
And I'm okay in that zone because it requires really not much of me.
Yeah.
I will tell you that this week Mason did tell me that I don't boil hot dogs correctly, which is news to me. because I don't know how else you boil them. But
Huh. So
he said they're not as good as school. So that's
no. Do you let him live there still?
right. He also calls something that's not soup
dirty old soup.
when
Yeah.
they make it. He said, "Oh, we're having dirty old soup," and it's not soup. It's like pasta.
Your 7-year-old has very strong opinions about what you
Yeah.
cook and what you don't cook. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
What about you? Where do you rate your cooking ability?
Man, I'm gonna say MTV Movie Awards
Oh, okay.
only
All right.
because I don't cook for children, so I try and attempt adult level dishes, and they're not great. But I try.
You
I
did tell me
guess.
this week you put mango in a stir fry. That's innovation.
I was so proud of myself. It's not really that exciting, but it was so exciting to me. And each time I got a mouthful of my stir fry with mango, I was like, God damn it, am I good?
That was solid.
It was solid.
That was a solid choice.
Heath, how would you rank yourself?
Well, I would first say when I'm at a party with my husband and I want to leave, that's our code word is mango in the stir fry. that's when he knows I want to leave. And we just go straight for the door.
Okay. Yep.
So-
Good to know.
I would say probably MTV Movie Awards level
Yeah.
because I'm best at cooking prepackaged foods.
Oh, yeah.
And like the MTV Movie Awards, like they all know who's winning before they show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm getting when I open that box. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a great way of describing it. Yeah. So are you getting well, I know the answer to this because I was cat sitting at your house, but you get food kits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. And even the one we get, I feel like is too much work.
It looked okay. So
That's what I got it once too, and I was like, "This is not no."
You're paying $20 or $30 for something. Like I'd cut things up and stir things
Oh.
and saute and blanch and whatnot.
Yeah, they got when I was cat sitting, they got a box, and I unloaded it because I knew there was going to be cold stuff, and I was like, "This is overwhelming! All of the packages and the things and the
No.
I was out.
Yeah, that seems terrible.
What do you guys think makes a good celebrity cookbook, and is there such a thing?
I'm squarely in the camp that there's not a good one.
Yeah.
Do
you think it's just the examples that we're bringing today that are making us think that?
Yeah, maybe, but I think it goes back to what he said. When you're good at occupation A, just jumping over to B.
Yeah.
When I buy a cookbook, I mean that's an investment. They're not cheap, and the stuff you're getting in there, I expect something new or creative, and I don't know that a celebrity brings that very much. Maybe a celebrity like Chrissy Teigen had one where she fully accepted and said this is going to include Velveeta and Cheese Whiz just out of the gate. So maybe if you own it,
That's true.
these are easy and they involve melted cheese.
But then again, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Well, no, and with Chrissy Teigen though, I mean she hasn't posted on Instagram in 3 weeks for some reason, which we need to get to the bottom of. But mostly it's her posting cooking, so it seems like it's something that she's actually passionate about.
Yeah.
So she does it regularly, but then it's other stuff when it's just it's just like Jonathan Bennett from Mean Girls. It's here's the Burn cookbook, and it's what?
Yeah.
Why is Chrissy Teigen gone?
She got canceled a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Some stuff came out about her bullying someone in high school or something.
Oh.
And then that
Didn't we all bully somebody?
Yeah,
I was
it was-
bullied and
she
bullied
made the
others, I
mistake of writing it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's written somewhere.
Oh,
Like
shit.
some pretty aggressive suicide suggestions.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
takes it up a notch.
Yeah. So, and people really freaked out because she's so strongly voiced about not bullying on her. She's called out people that bully her, troll her Twitter, and then
Okay.
so of course when somebody falls, they're and she kind of tried to explain it yeah, I was a different person. I'm not happy with that person. Everybody can learn, but everyone was like, no,
Yeah.
it's over.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she just took a hiatus, I think.
Well, she's cooking Velveeta without photos then, huh?
Maybe
Okay.
that should be a new book genre of let's judge each other by the way we were in high school.
Yeah, right. Oh my
No
God.
one should be judged that way,
Can
but
you
at the same time,
imagine,
that's rough.
just waiting for someone to bring you stuff you said or did in high school, in proof of it. You're just that has to feel like you're.
This is why, us as a generation, we're getting away with a lot of stuff because we didn't have social media, you know?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No.
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 No. Okay.
collectively. So to recap, it's a no for us.
No, it's a no. Well, what makes a bad one then? A bad celebrity cookbook? I mean, we have some good examples today.
Yeah. Maybe it's the like pretending that you are a chef or something, you know, like I feel like there's a sense from mine anyway, where she's like, you know, I'm trying this new thing and it's great. And also I'm telling you how to raise your kids kind of thing. So, okay, maybe it's if you're not humble in that way and you're not admitting like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think for me, it's things like when it's like not recipes.
Uh-huh.
Like Sandra Lee, who I don't know if I'm not sure if she was a celebrity first or not. Which, by the way, everybody, if you haven't looked up Sandra Lee's Kwanzaa cake clip on YouTube, please do that. It's an absolute nightmare.
Sandra Lee's Kwanzaa cake.
Yes.
This sounds like something that should not exist.
No, it should not.
Oh, I
Okay.
can't
And
wait.
also, it looks wildly unappetizing. But my in-laws got me one of her cookbooks for Christmas once. I think it's a joke. I hope it's a joke. I don't know.
I hope so.
But one of her recipes she called it garden macaroni and cheese, which is just Kraft macaroni and cheese with broccoli in it. And that's not a recipe. Like, don't you tell me that's a recipe, Sandra Lee. It's not a recipe.
Garden. It's not even like a common vegetable you grow in your garden.
No.
No.
That's
Yeah, that's bad. Maybe it's just lack of awareness.
yeah.
I don't think did we talk about like why do we think celebrities are getting into cookbooks? Like why is this happening? Because there are a lot, right?
I think it's a way to stay relevant, right?
Yeah.
I think it makes it seem like you're not making people really read something. Because
Yeah.
you have to really hit a different audience, I think, or have something to say if you're going to publish a book. But
Right.
if it's a cookbook, you can kind of put your own opinion in it, but there's pictures.
Yeah.
I suppose for a publisher, it's kind of a safer bet than having like an unknown person write a cookbook. I mean, at least, you know,
that's true.
you know, if David Schwimmer's going on the Today Show to promote his cookbook, you might get a few people to watch that episode
Yeah.
and like go out and buy it, as opposed to, you know, someone you've never heard of.
Yes.
So
Built-in fan base, maybe, that's
Yeah.
going to
That's
buy
a
it
good-
automatically.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is there someone that you would buy their cookbook no matter what? Even if you heard it was terrible, but you're like, no, I'm diehard, I'm going to buy their cookbook.
I mean, anyone from SNL.
Okay.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because I imagine at least there's a few jokes in there that'd be entertaining.
Right, yeah.
And if
Yeah.
Adie Bryant did a cookbook, yes, I want to see what Adie Bryant is cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can
What
get on
about
board
you
with
guys?
that.
I think if Amy Poehler did a cookbook, I would buy that. I think she would. That'd be worth my time.
Okay, so thinking about celebrities writing cookbooks, but let's think about like just celebrities in general. Let's say you're on a cooking show. Aaron, I'm looking right at you.
Yeah.
Because I know you really want to be on a cooking show.
Desperately.
Yeah.
So in my wheelhouse.
Yes. I don't know if this is your cooking show, if it's an existing cooking show. It's up to you. Which celebrity do you want there with you?
This is purely selfish. I have no idea if this person even likes to cook. It's just I'm kind of obsessed with him right now, so I want to be on the show with him.
Okay.
And that's Keegan-Michael Key. I have no idea. I just think
great
he's great at
idea.
physical comedy, so I just want to laugh the whole time. And
Yeah.
if we cook something, that's a bonus.
Yeah. Again, that's like the comedian thing. At least you're having a good time.
Yes.
And you're not getting sanctimonious crap about your lifestyle.
Yeah. And I think he could do a
Wellness.
good parody of a cookbook. Like, it would be funny, some of the stuff he came up with. Whereas other people took it too serious, I think.
That what the listeners didn't just see is Erin glancing pointedly at her cookbook, which will come up in a moment.
Yeah. If you were going to publish a cookbook, what's one recipe that would be in there for sure?
Well, you stole my thunder. It's going to be the stir fry with mango. For
Shit, I'm sorry.
yeah. I was so proud of my innovation.
Damn it, I'm sorry.
Now, let me tell you what's in this stir fry.
Okay, yes,
first off,
yes, break it down,
'Cause,
break it
you know,
down, break it
this is
down.
the staple of a vegan's diet. I want to tell you that.
Okay.
It's how I get some vegetables in there, and now it's how I get some fruit in there.
Okay.
Basically, it's the one meal that provides me nutritional value. So that's what I go for.
Okay.
There's a rice base.
Okay,
Okay.
a rice base.
There's some tempeh.
Okay.
Sauteed with a green vegetable of some kind.
Okay.
Often
Wait,
broccoli.
what's tempeh?
Okay, good question.
Like the city in Arizona?
Yes. I put the whole city of Arizona into my pan. 1 point, it is spelled like tempeh, but with an H at the end.
Oh,
And
exotic.
tempeh is a grain and protein mix. Okay. Beyond that, I don't know quite how to
Is it a form of
describe it.
tofu?
No.
No.
It is
okay.
there's like 3 main sources of protein that you often swap in when you're a vegan: tofu, tempeh, and seitan.
Oh, like
Seitan.
like the Lord of Darkness.
As in
That
Satan.
explains a lot about the vegan lifestyle.
Yes.
Getting very interesting.
Yes. Seitan is Seitan.
Well, you rated your ability too low because if you're cooking with Satan, then you're killing it.
That would be a perfect celebrity mix.
Cooking with Satan.
Cooking with Satan.
He would be like, I don't know, whatever you want, put in there. Put another cup of sugar in. Who cares? You only live once, right?
Put all the oil in there. Seitan simulates a lot of meat. It's a wheat protein.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like meat. I don't eat it as much anymore. Tempeh is more like nutty. It looks like almost a nut loaf or something like that.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
That's
there
not
you go.
that's not a term I thought I'd hear today. Nut loaf.
It looks like a nut loaf.
And I like that that was moving up on the feeling.
Right. Oh yes, nut loaf. Yes,
Nut
now I know.
loaf.
Okay, that does sound good. A nut loaf. Okay, so we've got is nut loaf,
Yep.
broccoli,
Yep.
rice,
Yeah. Some peppers.
peppers.
Put some
okay.
peppers in there. And, some olive oil. Sometimes I put like a curry sauce in there.
Ooh.
And then this week I put in some mango.
Okay.
Felt like a fucking chef.
Oh, God.
Wow.
So that's...
Hey, tempeh sounds like it's not easy. A nut loaf doesn't sound like it's easy to cook with.
No.
It's actually really easy.
What do you do with a nut loaf?
You just saute it.
Just the whole
Chop it up.
Oh, you
No,
chop it up. Okay.
into little pieces.
Does it
Boom.
how does it come? Like in a tube shape? Or?
It comes in like a... I'm making the vegan lifestyle sound very appetizing.
Yeah, I know we're not.
It's a package that's about this long and it's kind of flat.
Okay.
and you
and
just cut
that's-
off as much as you. Does it keep for a long time?
It does actually.
Okay. I imagine since it's primarily nuts.
It's also delicious to put in a sandwich. Saute a little bit, put it in a sandwich.
Okay. I was trying to imagine how you're using. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So, Cooking with Satan, coming to a channel near you with my stir fry with mango.
Mango. I loved everything about that.
Heath, outside of today's special assignment, have you ever purchased a celebrity cookbook?
I mean, I purchased for a hot gift once the Downton Abbey cookbook.
Oh, I didn't know
okay,
there was such
okay.
a thing.
Yeah. Which I thought was just going to be lots of like, I don't know. I guess I thought it would just
Like
be lots
rice
of
pudding?
like Maggie Smith being like kind of a low-key bitch. I don't know why I thought that. But they were the actual recipes that I guess they serve on that show, which I'm just like, I mean, I know they're always sitting around the table, but I didn't really know that they ate things.
Yeah.
And also, English cuisine isn't known for its,
Right.
photogenicness
Right.
or taste.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never ate anything out of it. I didn't make anything out of it.
Okay.
But I did purchase it. But,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I was about as interested in that as I was the show.
What about Michael, though? Because Michael cooks a lot. Does
Yeah.
he get celebrity cookbooks?
Well, that's who I bought it for, and apparently he was not interested in it.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I mean, for a while, like for every year at Christmas, like, it was sort of I'd always get him a cookbook because he does like to cook, but usually it was like we like I like Ina Garten, just because again, my admiration for low key bitches, Ina Garten
With a disapproving
Yeah.
look. Yeah.
yeah. So I've gotten him a couple of hers, and Nigella Lawson. So these are mostly people, not necessarily celebrity,
But they're chefs who became celebrities, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
chefs who
Okay.
became celebrities.
Yeah. Aaron, what about, because I know Mike likes to cook, but does he ever follow cookbooks? Like, does he go like that route? What does he do?
No, he does more like internet research, it
Okay.
seems like. And he'll get like a whole bunch of ideas on one recipe and then kind of pick and choose and put them together. It's a process I want nothing to do with really,
Yeah.
but yeah. He doesn't. I think he was gifted a cookbook one time. And no, it didn't. It was like a burger cookbook, I want to say. So it was
That
just
sort of fits with his personality.
like multiple
burger
ways to
cookbook.
make mainly it's just changing out toppings because there's
what it
really
sounds
only so
like.
much you can do to have it still be a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think this is a good point to also promote cookbooks and books in general, because when you look up a recipe on the internet, you have to scroll through
so much,
page after page after page of ads, and this talking about how this changed my family's life and some bullshit
and pictures
like
of the
that.
ingredients
Right.
and
And then you get clear to the bottom before you get to the recipe. A book doesn't do that to you.
That's
No,
true.
that's
A
true.
book does not betray your trust like that.
That's true.
And I don't have to have a bunch of ads pop up for their affiliates. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to buy your measuring spoons here? No.
Nope, don't want to do it.
No. No, I
think-
just want the recipe for garden mac and cheese.
Tell me how much broccoli to put in my Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Is it not enough?
And that recipe's so short, you might just scroll right by it and you won't even know.
You're like, I never even gave it to me.
Do you guys enjoy cooking?
Does cooking enjoy us?
That's actually a better question.
No.
Yeah.
It's too on demand for me. Like, there's just too many people that need fed.
Well, and that's the thing. You're having to feed an entire family, which just doesn't sound fun.
It's not, because nobody is ever going to like everything at the same time. So
No.
somebody's always like, meh. And you're like, I want to punch you.
Yeah.
Like, no, really, I come here.
Yeah.
Like, anytime you want to cook, you can.
Do you enjoy it, Heath?
Oh, sometimes like on a weekend, like on a Sunday. But if I'm going to take the time to cook, like I want to make like enough chili for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't going to be a one meal thing. Like, Yeah, so that's, I don't mind devoting a couple hours like on a lazy Sunday afternoon to do something like that, but I'm not interested in spending like weeknight time doing it.
No.
So if I had children, they would be very hungry by Friday.
It's a good thing the cats, you can just give them pre-made food.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? Should we dive into
I think so, yeah.
So how did we set this up? Each of us...
Well, we put a whole bunch of celebrities' names down that had
Right.
cookbooks.
Right.
And let's mention a few that we didn't pick. One was Coolio.
Coolio,
Yeah,
yeah.
Coolio. Was it Snoop Dogg, or did I make that up?
Snoop Dogg has one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maya Angelou.
Okay. That's right. That's right. We did have
shit.
Chrissy Teigen down. 'cause
Yeah,
we knew
that's
she
true.
had one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alicia Silverstone.
Oh,
where
yeah, yeah.
every recipe ends with her chewing it up and spitting it into her kid's mouth.
Right. Yeah. Yep. We were all really
In their
hoping
family
to not
bed.
get that one.
Yeah.
In their family bed.
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh, Leah Michelle. Speaking of bullies,
Oh,
Leah Michelle
that's
had
right.
one, but that was more like a lifestyle thing, and it was
Okay.
just sort of like, "Hey, in case you forgot, I'm an asshole."
Yeah.
I think that was the title.
Speaking of Sarah Michelle Gellar, didn't Freddie Prinze have one too?
Yes.
Because he was on our list.
Freddie Prinze Jr., yes. But yeah, I think so we had a long list.
We did. We had a lot
We
to come from.
created a pulling from the hat situation. I pulled from the hat, and I'll go first because alphabet.
Yeah.
Well, it should also be noted, none of us got anything we wanted.
That is
No.
that is a good thing.
No.
Yes. It's also worth reinforcing none of us really like cooking. So,
Right. Yes.
this was bound to be a disappointment in a lot of ways. But yeah, go ahead, Erin.
Well, and we should also mention that our discussion today is in no way an endorsement of these books. So
I think that's going to be very clear.
I just want to be clear. It's a little different than a normal episode where we would encourage you to go support these
No,
authors.
this is straight up shade. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yep.
not. So what we're going to do with each of our picks is we're going to tell you a little bit about the book, who wrote it, explain a specific recipe that we pulled from that book, talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to make each other try these atrocities of dishes and see what comes up from there. And then we're going to have a verdict from the panel, from all of us, on if it's a yay or nay. I'm predicting a lot of nays.
hard nays over
Hard
here.
nay. So my book comes from Sarah Michelle Gellar, who I will say I am a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Sure.
fan. I don't know if I am anymore after this.
Wow. It's quite the book.
Nice. Which is reason number one to not write a celebrity
Exactly.
cookbook. Really?
Because you come off
Could be
looking
dicey.
like a sanctimonious asshole.
Oh.
So this is called Stirring Up Fun with Food. In her introduction, she talks about her purpose. First off, she mentions her husband and says her husband's a professionally trained chef.
Oh, really?
Apparently. And so she saw him making a cookbook and she's like, I don't know. But then she started enjoying cooking apparently and decided to make a cookbook, which I think is translation for someone offered me money to do it.
And or anything you can do, I can do better.
Exactly.
Situation.
Yeah, some of that. She wanted...
Do we need to check on Freddie Prinze Jr.? Is he okay?
There's pictures of him in here.
Oh, is
so
he?
he was
All right.
alive at the time of this, at
Okay.
least.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
She talks about in her introduction that she wanted her kids not just to love food and make healthy choices, but experience the special bonding in the kitchen. She also wants to push away the idea that kids won't eat vegetables. By, quote, making them creative and fun, I was able to remove the stigma that vegetables weren't delicious.
Were you just able to do that? Just centuries of problems
Yes,
just gone.
just
Okay.
gone.
I like this already.
She also emphasizes she's not cooking, she's crafting.
Oh, God.
No.
Jesus Christ.
She said that?
She calls it food crafting. There's a whole page dedicated to it. Food crafting is elevating food prep to a level that's fun and creative. By the way, she's also trying to sell her company, Food Stirs, which is organic baking mixes. So there's a little bit of stuff in here.
Food stir.
I don't know.
That's a terrible name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And also, I think she's trying to sell the idea that only by very carefully controlling the ingredients can you be healthy, which sounds very like a rich person's philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like something no one can really...
Yeah.
And even I chose what I thought was going to be a very easy recipe, and it was a pain in the ass.
Oh.
And so I imagine all of this idea of like bringing kids in and making it fun.
Not true.
Yeah, no,
Not
I
true.
don't think
Okay.
so. The book is divided into months: January, February, March, different recipes for each month. Yep.
That's already
Tons
fun.
of pictures of the food, but also of her. There's a picture of her next to her smoothie putting her high heels on. And a picture of her with her kids smiling over cracked eggs in a bowl.
She's like, I dare you to put your shoes on eating one of Ina Garten's grilled cheese sandwiches. I dare you.
Dare ya!
Yeah. I dare you.
Also, there is a theme that I picked up on. She makes a lot of things into cupcakes, including quiches, mac and cheese, meatloaf, shrimp lo mein, and corn dogs.
Shrimp lo mein in a cupcake? I do not want all that stuff packed so tight it takes a cupcake form.
And
Listen,
they're
if you ever get
big-
invited to a party at Sarah Michelle Gellar's house, don't go.
Not go.
Don't eat the cupcake because it's shrimp lo mein.
Yeah. And then a corn dog one, and that one made me barf.
A corn dog one?
Corn dog one. She
That's
also,
not what you made us, right? We don't have to eat a corn
God,
dog.
no.
Okay. I thought that would be kind of funny revenge for you.
Oh,
as a vegan.
No. Also, kind of what I think you said, she includes the things that aren't really cooking. Like there's egg in a hole, there's lime water,
Oh, shit.
Lime water?
there's fruit on a stick,
What?
there's
No.
vegetables in dip, and there's tomatoes in mason jars.
Let me guess what lime water is. Is it just cut up limes and water?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
That was a page. You dedicated a whole page to that.
Yeah. Also,
Wow.
she tries to sell cauliflower popcorn, and that's when I was full on out.
Just have popcorn.
Just have popcorn. Don't
But-
try to pass off cauliflower as popcorn.
So there's no popcorn, there's just cauliflower,
Just
and she just
cauliflower.
calls it cauliflower popcorn?
Yes.
Well, that's a lie.
I know.
Also, what I imagine when you're talking
Yeah.
is like her nanny being like, reading this and being like, I never served those kids that cauliflower popcorn.
No.
No, they ate Doritos and
Yes.
we watched Avengers.
And they wouldn't eat your fucking vegetables that you
Yeah.
thought were fun and creative.
No.
Yeah. So she did have a section on Star Wars themed snacks. So I
That's-
figured,
Does
okay,
George Lucas know that?
probably not. So I chose the lightsaber snack mix.
Oh, God.
Okay.
The lightsaber snack.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That looks difficult. What is it?
Yeah.
Doesn't
yeah.
look like lightsabers either.
Nope.
It
She
looks
doesn't.
like crayons from here.
Okay, so it told me that I had to put, I had to melt white chocolate, and I said, hell no, that's the devil's chocolate. So I put real vegan dark chocolate.
Okay.
Okay, melted that. It's pretzels with melted chocolate and sprinkles on it, which apparently are the lightsabers. Then there's little crackers, wasabi peas, and raisins. And as I put it together, I'm not excited about it.
I gotta go. I just remembered I have another
I'm gonna be a good
commitment.
sport because when I have coming up is not great.
So here's the lightsaber snack mix. Now, I will say, I about lost my shit because I didn't read fully that it said that I had to dip every single one of these pretzels into chocolate individually.
You had to do it
and roll it around in sprinkles. And I quickly was like, oh, I was going to make a lot more than this. A, I'm so glad I didn't because it took less time. And B, because it looks like shit.
Yeah, so I'm right. All right, so we're going to try this.
Take as much as you would like or not like.
Just scoop me up some.
Okay, great.
This is also, lightsaber is also the thing I accidentally called swords, right?
It is. Laser swords.
Laser swords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure you don't want more than that, Hugh?
That's probably
You
enough
sure?
for me.
Okay. All right. All right, should we try it? It's not the worst thing I've ever had.
No.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a lot. What's the pay? Yeah, the work seems not worth the payoff. Couldn't you
also
just
you don't-
drizzle that over the top? You could melt the chocolate and drizzle.
And then I had to let it set for 3 or 4 hours.
Come on.
So what do you think? Yay or nay?
I think it tastes fine,
Yeah.
but I feel like you can just buy this in a store.
Yeah. I think the trail mix from stores are much better than this. Mm-hmm. And the whole... I think I was supposed to get singular color sprinkles to make it look like a lightsaber, but these were the only sprinkles that we had.
That's the other thing. I don't get the connection to Star Wars to this in any way, shape, or form.
Even if you had done that, I still don't. I wouldn't pick this up and be like, what a clever lightsaber.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
impressed with your cooking commitment. Sarah Michelle Gellar, I give a 2.
Out of what?
20.
10. Okay.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Out of 10.
I'll give her a 3, 1 for each name.
That's nice. Yeah. Okay. I like that.
I'll leave it out in case you guys want some
Okay.
more. Okay.
In case we get the need to snack some more.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I had a similar experience.
Okay.
I pulled Kate Gosselin from the mix.
Which is a very loose definition of
Celebrity.
celebrity. Yeah.
Also, that's high praise for Kate Gosselin to be compared favorably to Sarah Michelle.
Yeah, to be fair, I shouldn't even, because we're like, that's like D-list celebrity.
Yeah.
If you're unfamiliar, she had the show Kate Plus 8. John and Kate Plus 8, then they famously got divorced.
And are all of her kids are on the cover of that, right?
They are.
Okay.
While reading this, my hatred for her just grew. It grew. So
What's
if
the title of it?
Love is in the Mix.
Barf.
That
Yeah.
bitch.
Love is in the Mix. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a sub. Making meals and memories with family-friendly recipes, tips, and traditions. Because you don't just get recipes in this book. You get things like, you should set up candy shop for Easter and give your kids tickets and they can buy their Easter candy.
What?
Yes, you get a lot of weird things in here.
Yeah.
It also made me kind of wonder where she was now, because this isn't a current celebrity, really. She's kind of dropped
Right.
out of the... So 2 of her children no longer speak to her and live with her ex. So I thought that was interesting. She's currently moving away from those 2 children. Like she's moving to another state and is very open that she's struggling financially.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and-
Wait, this is in the book or this
No,
isn't?
this,
Okay.
I just did some research. 'cause
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, where's
yeah.
Kate now?
Yeah.
No, they're all happy in this book.
How old are the kids by now? They're teens or
There's
something,
some,
right?
the older twins are like in their 20s or 20.
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
Kids, they're 18.
Can you imagine choosing to live with John Gosselin?
That's your better option.
Oh, these
I guess
poor
you could stay in the
kids.
Ed Hardy room.
Yeah. She also did a dating show called Kate Plus Date.
What?
Spoiler alert. Didn't work out.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. So,
How
So
many of the
she's not in a
contestants
good
were in
place.
prison?
yeah, honestly. We joke that 2 of them want to live with John Gosselin. When I read this book, I can't believe they all don't want to, because it seems she has such great ideas like Friday night movie with popcorn. If you're
What?
looking for something to do on Friday night, pop some popcorn and have them watch a movie.
I didn't know Kate Gosselin invented movies and popcorn. I didn't know.
And that sums up really what recipes we're dealing with. Like how you said some are not really recipes.
Right.
These are not, some of them are just not recipes. They just added another word. Like instead of sloppy Joe, it's super sloppy Joes.
No.
That's
no.
not, just because they're extra sloppy. And that doesn't make me want to.
It sure doesn't.
So on the face, they appear to be easy recipes.
Okay.
Also, like I mentioned, they all include some kind of tradition. She wrote an intro for each recipe that makes you want to vomit. And not in like a, oh, that's so nice and cute and you're trying way, but in like literally even when you write and have someone edit, can't not be condescending.
Oh, God.
If you vomit, you're just making more room for Kate Gosson's cooking.
It's for her ye old pork chops, because that's a recipe.
No!
Yeah. So I will tell you that one of the things that I love about this is that I bought it used.
Yes.
And I enjoyed someone who wrote notes in it throughout.
Ooh.
Someone wrote their own notes on the recipe, good old pork chops and sauerkraut, and the quote was, meh, too long. The mom's stuffed cabbage rolls just have a big X through them. So, needless to say, I like this person a lot.
Oh my God.
Right. Mm-hmm. I struggled to find some things to make because there's just a lot of beef and beef broth.
Oh.
Yeah, and things like super sloppy joes. And also alarming is that the word balls appears a lot in the recipe titles. Like moon balls, pork balls, like it's just too much. Yeah.
She's just putting out she tell the universe what you want. And it will bring it to you.
Bring it back to you.
Also, there's pictures of
Oh
her.
no! I'm
and
seeing hands holding an egg.
Yeah, and of
Did
the
she
food.
hatch or lay that thing?
That's maybe why. Red, white, and blue egg roll-ups.
Oh.
But any of the pictures of food are actually kind of bad. Like, they didn't even stage it well, so none of it really looks that great. So I made two things because I had a feeling the first one wasn't going to turn out. And I was right. So the first one, and I'm not lying, the title of this recipe is Family Yuck Pie.
What?
Yep.
Like yuck, like Y-U-C-K.
I'm apologizing ahead of time.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is that wet?
I don't know. Wait, take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. It's the exact same as when it came out.
There's puddling.
Oh, God. It does look very damp.
It's gotten so much worse. Do you know how long I cooked it? Because it wasn't, I don't know.
Oh, boy.
So, the story of Yuck Pie is that it was supposed to be called Milk Pie.
Milk pie?
But her brother misheard it, and oh my God, they're hilarious. He called it Yuck Pie, and now they just call it Yuck Pie.
What?
I don't even know why it's called Milk Pie.
Is there milk in it?
No. So it's brown sugar, butter, eggs, I think, and some flour, and on a prepared pie crust.
What?
I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
So
It doesn't look like any pie I know.
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to be able to try it.
I'm so sorry that I'm vegan right now.
I feel bad making Heath try it, so you can if you're a good sport, but
I want to see this.
Oh, it is a little more solid than I anticipated.
It looks like applesauce texture.
Oh my God, the texture is so bad.
Did you guys bring up water or anything? Okay, good.
That's not always going to get brought up.
Oh my God.
Buttery.
I do want to try and describe the looks on your faces right now. Heath looks like he's trying not to cry. Erin's already crying.
To be fair, too, she gives no direction on her recipes. She says, put these ingredients in a bowl, pour it into a pie crust. She never covers that the pie crust is prepared ahead of time. I assumed, so I bought a store-bought pie crust.
Oh my God.
She never says how to mix them, like anything like that. I know enough about baking to know the butter's supposed to be room temperature, but if you don't whip it enough, you just have the pieces of butter.
Uh-huh.
So I broke all those up with a fork, but there's no direction for that. There was no direction for how. You can notice here I'm missing some crust.
Mm-hmm.
Because it said cover it with foil. When I took it out, that just came off on the foil.
God.
Huh.
That crust wanted no part of this.
Yeah, he's like, do not associate.
Do not
with
do
this.
this.
I would say if I had to describe this in one word, it would
Yeah.
be filmy. There's a film in my mouth now.
So I made another recipe.
Filmy.
Not like Fill space ME, like filmy FILMY.
Yes. Like a film has coated
film.
your tongue.
There's a film on the pie, and yes, there's a film in my mouth, and I took a tiny bite. So I also made her Collins Thomas hummus.
Collins Thomas
Because again, they're
hummus.
hilarious, and when they were young, they didn't know it was called hummus. They thought it was called Thomas, which is one of her kids' middle names.
Okay.
So they would say, "We want Thomas."
Do they have,
Dip.
like, how many of these people have hearing problems? Like, are they undiagnosed? Do they need to go to a doctor?
I feel like a fair amount.
So her recipe is basically hummus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, again, no direction.
Oh.
Just these ingredients, put them in a blender, and then eat it. I added the paprika because it looks so sad in there without anything on it.
Yeah.
And I was bringing that first. So I felt like I had to come with something a little better. And I knew then that you could also try this. Yeah.
Should we try it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
She suggested making your own pita chips with no real direction. I said,
Thank you.
not a chance.
Yeah, no.
I'll just buy some. Thank you.
Yeah. Tastes like hummus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of a bland hummus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edible though.
Is there milk in it?
No, but here's the thing. I just bought the ingredients for the recipe without thinking through whose cookbook this was. When I went to make it and I was on my third can of chickpeas, I was like, oh shit, this is 1/3 of the recipe.
Oh my God.
So, because I forgot, she's making for 8 kids. So the recipe is like 3 times what any hummus recipe should ever be. So I abandoned, recalibrated, and only made this much. Yeah.
So far I'm picking up a theme that these celebrity chefs are not providing expert guidance in terms of how long things will take
No.
or how to do the things.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No. So no on the yuck pie. That's what I'm getting.
From me, for sure.
That's fair.
And the hummus is meh.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to
meh.
agree with the anonymous writer in the
Meh.
book.
Too long.
Meh. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should have tried for the good old ye pork chops, but
I'm glad you didn't bring meat into the house.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
you're welcome. Yeah. I just brought this weird damp pie.
Yep. It's not even moist, it's damp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the only benefit to the pie making was that it was on the counter, and my whole entire family kept looking at it like, is that what she's going to feed us today? Like, we need to order a pizza immediately. Like, no one's eating that.
Start
But no
being
one would
nicer
come
to
out
Mom.
and say, are we
Sure.
eating that?
Yeah. That looks like dirty old pie.
It does look like a dirty old pie.
Yeah.
After your dirty old soup.
Yep.
It's
Oh boy. Okay, so we've got Sarah Michelle Gellar, we've got Kate Goslin. We may have the star of all stars with what Heath is bringing to the table.
You can redeem us.
I made a couple things from Gwyneth Paltrow's cookbook. It's All Good is what she's calling it.
It's All
Which is a
Good.
bold title,
It
I
is
would
a
say.
It's a bold title.
Title.
But, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow is a bold lady.
That's a word for her,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And I would say it's probably on the opposite end of the spectrum from, like, Kate Goslin, where she didn't really explain everything. This, I feel like, was... There's so much explaining going on in here.
Really?
And the recipes are... there are some recipes that several of the ingredients you have to make with other recipes in the book. So you're looking at something that would maybe, on first glance, like, well, this might take an hour. But then you're like, oh, I have to make these other 4 recipes first and then use it in this. So now you're turning into, like, it's a whole thing. So
Oh, God.
Yeah, no.
and I read her inspiration for making this book is that one day she was she had prepared and served lunch to family and friends in her garden. And when she was clearing the table, and I was like, first of all, you didn't clear the table.
Yeah.
But she said that, like, her arm, there was some weakness in her arm or something. So she spent the next 2 weeks going to a bunch of specialists to find out what was wrong.
Oh, God.
And you know, she'd been working a lot and been on planes a lot, and she's just kind of stressed out. And someone told her that, you know, she should change her diet. So that's kind of, this cookbook was the answer to that. And just
Gross.
when you read through the whole thing, all of it is just, she's so completely out of touch. And like, I don't know who this is for. It's not for me, I'll tell you that. But she's just, it's all written. She sort of insults people who give their kids cereal for breakfast.
My God.
She refers to cereal as cheap. And it's just all like kind of, it's pretty snooty, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
fits with her brand. Right.
Yeah, it's
For
on
sure.
brand.
For sure.
Also, I like the idea that you went from a possible medical suggestion to expert. Like, I need to change my
Yes.
diet. Boom, I'm the expert on it.
Yeah.
But even the way she wrote that, it's just like if any one of us, like, you know, had a medical thing, like, we wouldn't be going to dozens of specialists
No.
over the course of 2 weeks. You know, we'd have to wait 3 months to get into one you know.
Yeah.
It's just all of it's written in kind of that way that's
A clueless sort of thing.
right,
Yeah.
very clueless, doesn't consider the people who are going to be reading it. And, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, like, trying not to hate read it. Like, I was actively trying not to hate read it.
You did email us and say that she is sounding like an asshole.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I mean, if this is, like, I think I said this before, if you're looking for something to change your opinion of Gwyneth Paltrow, this is not it.
Got it. Okay.
This is going to reinforce, whatever you think of her is going to reinforce it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got 3 recipes for beet salads.
3?
What?
3, right.
Does a normal... Have you ever encountered a beet salad?
Probably, but not, like, in a way that I liked.
Yeah. You had a bad run-in with a beet salad.
You're aware of beet salads.
Uh-huh.
It just
Not
seems
a
like
fan.
an odd thing to assume.
One thing I'm wondering too, like, I have the perception that she's probably using a lot of ingredients that are either A, expensive or like really hard to find or
Right.
things like that. Is that true?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that is true. One of the recipes I made is from the children's. She has a children's chapter.
Oh boy.
Which, after you see the things I made, you'd be like, what children are eating these? Like, you know, God bless that adventurous eater as a child. I was not one.
Oh no.
Most people, I would say, probably aren't.
Nope.
And it's fine not to be. If you are, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But just, you know, I mean, kids just want, like, you know, give me some seasoned beef and maybe a little cheese on it. Like, that's fine for me.
Give me some mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And don't boil that hot dog too long.
Right.
She did, there was a glimpse of one item she made. It's called a bummer bar. And it's like a vegan dessert thing. And she almost, for a second, I was like, oh, does she get that, like, a dessert with no sugar and no eggs and, you know, no dairy in it, like, might be a little bit kind of a letdown. But she doesn't really get it. Like, she called it a bummer bar, and I don't really think she understood the joke.
Oh,
You know?
I
Like,
see
when
what you're
when she
saying.
signed
Yeah,
on
yeah,
to
yeah.
make Hallow Shell, I don't think she really got what she was making.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm like,
You mean shallow Hal?
yeah.
You said hallow shall.
Did I say
You
Hallow
did?
Shell?
I didn't even notice.
I blame the yuck pie for that.
For sure.
should.
It's the film on your tongue
Yeah.
that's getting in the way.
I feel like
yeah.
it might be swelling. And I don't know from what, but I apologize.
Yeah, if this stops abruptly, you know that I'm at the hospital.
Anaphylactic shock.
From the yuck pie.
Yeah. So I made 2 things from her book, and one of them was, and Amy, you can eat both of these.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, how nice.
One of them is roasted cauliflower and chickpeas with mustard and parsley.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is that from the children's section?
No,
Okay.
this is an adult.
Okay.
So let's get it out.
Okay. Let me move my Skywalker mix.
I just wanted to point out that where we took bites of the yuck pie is forming back. You can't see the bite.
Yeah, if you leave it alone for long enough, it'll look fresh for the barbecue
Gross.
tonight.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
It's a pungent smell.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Cauliflowers and chickpeas. When
Thank you.
Michael
Yeah.
tried it, and he said, "This seems like it would be farty."
Well, yeah, cauliflower and
I'm gonna
chickpeas.
use my
And what else is in here? Oh, I'm gonna
mustard.
get to.
Mustard and parsley.
I actually like that.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd like the mustard.
I don't really like mustard, and it still tasted good.
Yeah. You could legit bring that to the party.
Yeah. That's actually... Okay, I'm sorry. My hand got sticky from putting the pie away.
Wash it off with bleach.
I think
That
that's
is
actually
really
good.
good. Yeah. I'm going to give the credit to you and not Gwyneth Paltrow.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
That's what I expected.
Okay, good.
So then the other thing I made was, and this was something I had to, it was actually 2 recipes because you had to make one of the ingredients in a different recipe.
Oh, no.
And it was
Kudos to you for sticking that through.
black bean and guacamole tacos. Now this is from the children's section. I don't think as a child I would if someone was like, here's a black bean and guacamole taco,
Nope.
I'd be like, first of all, bitch.
Why is it green?
Exactly. The green would have put me off.
Yeah.
The beans?
The beans.
Yeah.
I never had
Right.
black
And there's
beans.
onions in the guacamole.
Oh my
so I just
God.
Frankly,
don't think-
sometimes just a taco puts Mason off. He'd be like, I'll just have a cheese quesadilla. Thank you very much.
Maybe if you're Apple Paltrow or whatever your name
Oh,
is.
God, I forgot.
Ooh,
her name.
another thing. No apples in this book.
What?
There was no recipes for apples, which I feel like she really missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Heath really outdid us here.
He did. He
This
did.
looked better earlier. See, we'll just mix
Well,
in the
it's just
dark
That's
parts.
guacamole. Yeah.
guacamole. That's how guacamole. Yeah, I feel like already first dish was phenomenal. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh, it is. Fuck, I like this cookbook.
That's what I said when I was tasting these yesterday. It was like that scene in Bridesmaids where Kristen Wiig's showing up to the bridal shower and they give her that drink.
Lemonade is so good.
God damn, that's fresh.
Yeah,
I was so pissed that I liked it.
I know. Okay, I need to know time. How long did the cauliflower
good
take
call.
you?
Most of that was roasting it, which was like 45 minutes. But otherwise, that was the cauliflower and the chickpeas. Roasting was 45 minutes. I mean, other than that, mostly it was just cutting up the cauliflower.
I was just saying, there's some
Yeah.
knife skills there.
Yeah. And then it took me 10 minutes to make the guacamole this morning, and the beans, it was mostly just letting it simmer.
Is the recipe calling for the cauliflower dish to be hot or to be cold? Or either one? I mean, it
She
tastes
said
great cold.
You can serve it hot or at room temperature.
At room temperature. Okay.
It's good, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I know, it's kind of a letdown that Gwyneth
is.
Paltrow came through.
It is. It is.
I'm glad we didn't go with you first.
This cut through the film in my mouth.
Yeah, yeah. It's making my yuck pie look even worse. That's possible.
Making my stupid Skywalker sticks.
We should rename the recipe Stupid Skywalker.
Stupid Skywalker sticks. Wow. Okay, so didn't change your opinion about Gwyneth Paltrow,
No.
but it was good recipes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of it, I like, because again, her health scare, because her arm hurt or something. Whatever that was. This was all for like sort of a detoxing sort of reset type thing. So, that's what she's explaining all of this as. And, and again, she kind of, was dismissive about cereal for breakfast, and she kind of made a comment about feeding your kids carb heavy pancakes. And I'm like, again, I don't have children, but I feel like if you can get up and get your pancakes ready for kids like on a Wednesday morning, you're doing a good job.
Doing a hell of a job. That's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
Does she have other cookbooks?
I think she does. Like, this was the first one. I think she's done 2 or 3 more.
Okay, that's what I
Wow.
thought.
Yeah. But yeah, like Sarah Michelle Gellar, it's also full of pictures of she's posing in a lot of these photos, and, like at a rustic farmer's market type thing, and she's got a basket, and she's wearing
A
galoshes,
sundress
right,
and it.
yeah.
I feel like with her, but also maybe a little bit with Sarah Michelle Gellar, probably not Kate Gosselin. This is not too far for her, but like it's with this like celebrity wellness kind of thing. Like everybody's jumping on this moon juice, celery juice, like all of these things that are supposed to detoxify you and like make you better and whatever. And it feels like a lot of people that have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Mine's more like a church basement casserole type situation.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you would find this like a family cookbook and you'd be like, oh, I remember when grandma made yuck pie, but no one wants to buy a cookbook with yuck pie in it.
Yeah, that's more like God, do you remember when Grandma made yuck pie? And then we sent her to the home. Because we knew she
Said it
lost.
had milk and there's no milk. She also mentioned that her dad made that recipe one time after like a holiday and he just had a bunch of stuff and said, let's make a pie.
Was he drunk?
Oh no.
I was like, where's the bourbon that's supposed to be in there?
Yeah.
I do think if Gwyneth Paltrow really wants people to sort of eat healthier and that kind of thing, like if she dialed down the sort of Gwyneth-ness of it
Yeah.
all by about 7 notches, this would all seem a lot more accessible to people.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's probably tied up too with Goop, knowing that so much
Probably.
stuff is expensive and kind of weird there. And so you kind of know what to expect when you're going in here.
Yeah.
You have a lot of disposable. Good Lord, I couldn't think of the word. Disposable income
Right. And time.
and time.
Because that would be infuriating to get to a recipe and be like, oh, wait, I have to. Oh, all right. So I'm days from being able to start this recipe. Not minutes, days. But it's good.
Wow, that is good.
That is good. I would eat all
mean,
of that again.
And this, like, if we're thinking about cooking as like an activity that sometimes you like to do on like a Sunday when you have plenty of time, then these are like feasible. But if you're, it's 6 o'clock on a Tuesday night, it's not going to work.
I will say, and I don't know if this just means I'm a pig or what, but the amount of work that went into this and the amount of like the volume of food that came out of it didn't seem to be a big match. But as I mentioned earlier, I like to make like enough chili for like a week.
Right.
If I'm going to do it, I want it,
Well,
But
that's
also,
fair, yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow is the size of a toothpick, so
Sure.
she eats very little.
Right.
Do you think she actually eats this?
I think she chews it up and then spits it out. Just to get the flavor, and then she has
For
like
sure.
she has some lime water.
Cleanser palette.
Fruit on a stick, maybe.
Yeah.
After that.
Fruit on a stick is not a recipe. It's
Well,
already
Sarah Michelle Gellar says it is.
Put the fruit on a stick. There you go.
She says at one point, skewers make everything fun.
Okay.
She is Buffy the Vampire.
She is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Also, that's someone who's not frequently worked with skewers because we use them sometimes, like in the summer, grilling, and you invariably always get that random pokey part that you're like trying to avoid with your finger. No, skewers don't make everything fun.
And also, if you got kids around, that's not a good idea.
No,
Just think of the esophagus punctures.
Yeah. One of her recipes, by the way, was bagels and cream cheese, and it was just a bagel bar, which is bagels and then different cream cheeses.
that's Panera.
Yeah.
That's not a recipe. What was that sold as? Like that's a fun thing to do on a Saturday or what?
Yeah.
I've never had more fun than going to a Panera on a Saturday. I'll tell you that.
I like it from a celebrity too because it makes me think, oh, like it's fun because we never eat carbs. We're having bagels.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is such a, treat.
to have a bagel with different cream. You don't have to commit to one.
Different ones.
Huh.
But they're not full bagels. They were mini bagels, too. Because you can't have too many carbs.
No, right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Really, you shouldn't be eating. I was going to ask which one of these we think is the best, but I think that's pretty dumb.
I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah. Heath, well done, my friend.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park.
There's no stopping me and Gwyneth together.
Actually, the cauliflower thing is really good.
It
though.
is good.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of I definitely don't want to cook anything out of Kate Gosselin's book.
No one does.
I don't want to cook anything out of
I
Sarah
don't
Michelle
think
Gellar's
Kate
book.
Gosselin wanted to cook anything out of her book.
No, that's what it feels like the whole time you're reading. It's like, this is what I do on Thursdays. You slap some beef broth, you put some egg noodles, and you call it beef noodles.
Wow.
That's what it feels like.
Oh,
the whole book.
God.
Yeah.
Do you think, Heath, that you will cook any more from this cookbook?
Yeah.
Not today.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it's a busy day.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. Yeah.
Perhaps. I will probably look through it more. But I will, again, say I will eat it and it will taste good and I will be unhappy.
Fuck you, Gwyneth.
Yeah.
Paltrow.
I guess after all that work, it's good that it is good, but
Yeah. And good to wash out the film from your mouth.
from the yuck pie.
From the yuck pie. Yeah.
I'm not sure why I thought choosing yuck pie was going to end in a good result, but this is where we're at.
I mean, we all made sacrifices.
Where did the
yesterday.
yuck pie go? Did it leave the room? Did it get mad about the way we were speaking of it? Did it just leave?
Did it
Oh,
sprout
there it is.
legs? Oh, God.
It's changing color.
It's just so
That
bad.
is so
I want to point out that I really tried. I made the fork index.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's bad.
It's
guys.
real
It's-
bad.
See how it's moving back in?
Oh,
back
fuck.
out? Oh, God.
I think it's smiling at us.
Oh, this is like the SNL sketch when he makes like
Oh,
the
the
one
bake
person.
sale.
Yeah, he makes like the creature from hell. This is the creature from hell.
This is me in the Bake Off.
Things went real wrong.
I'm the amateur
They took a
baker
turn.
here. I'm the home baker.
Well, kids, we did it. We took a look at celebrities.
We reinvented the celebrity cookbook genre.
We sure did.
We did.
And if we do it again, we can always do Coolio. We do Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
We do so many other celebrities. We can do another Gwyneth.
Yeah. Could see how she's progressed. Maybe she
yeah.
gets less awful.
I feel like that seems unlikely.
Probably goes up, right? Probably goes up more with each
Yes,
subsequent
as Goop
book.
has made more and more money.
Yeah.
What if Mariah Carey was ever to make a cookbook?
Oh.
What would she be? What do you think would be in there?
I know on Christmas she makes linguine with clam sauce homemade.
my.
That's something she does every year. So,
Wow.
so that's kind of, I think, one of the many, many things that her and I have in common.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
Not people who cook regularly, but when we do,
It's
there's a
thing.
few things that we know how to do well. Yeah.
Like that.
Is Mariah Carey still your favorite human in the world?
Yes. I was going to qualify that, but everyone knows.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Michael knows his place
Yeah.
in the world. Yeah. Okay. Mariah Carey, we're waiting for your cookbook.
I think she's too far. Like she's just. I don't
She
know
doesn't
that
need
it's
it.
ever gonna
Yeah.
come down enough for her to do a cookbook, right?
Yeah.
I just think people, yeah.
That's a good point. For both yours and mine, it feels like they're on the downward slide. Gwyneth, it feels like it's part of her brand that's going up in
Yes,
this other
that is
direction.
a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, this is part of the foundation for Goop. I mean, it's probably a cult, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. It's a wellness cult.
Yeah. Is
Also, changing your whole diet because your arm hurts. What day does
Right.
my arm not hurt? I never
Yeah.
thought, oh, you know what I should do? Roast cauliflower and chickpeas together and see if that helps.
I know. I mean, this is probably the start of like The Handmaid's Tale, right? Like
Yeah.
Goop. Goop is the Gilead, our Gilead. So,
Yes.
enjoy it while you can, everybody.
Oh boy. Well, Aaron, we'll be back next week.
We will.
Without Heath, unfortunately.
I know.
Yeah, but we'll find
It's
another
sad.
way to bring Heath back
Yeah,
on.
we will. We will.
Another
There's
cookbook
so much
theme.
celebrity.
So much celebrity things.
So many things that are ripe with celebrity stuff.
Yes. And until then.
Happy reading.
Fuzzy Memories is a Broads and Books production. It's hosted by Heath Smith, Aaron Johnston, and Amy Lee Lillard. The show is produced by Amy Lee Lillard. Follow us at Fuzzy Memories Pod on Instagram for clips and highlights. And follow us at Broads and Books Productions for updates on new shows coming your way. See you next time.
Hey, listeners.
Hi.
Hey, listeners. It's Erin.
Hi, it's Amy.
I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm hot. Okay. Hey, listeners. It's Erin.
Hi, it's Amy.
And Heath. I was just trying not to look at you. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's good.